welcome back to our channel. Today has been an incredibly dramatic day in the world of Y and R, and we couldn't resist coming here to vent about everything that's just happened. Summer and Daniel's revenge plan is ready. They've declared their intention to confront Victor. Let's dive straight into this madness. I cannot believe they finally did that. I am literally shaking right now typing this up late at night because my mind is just racing a mile a minute after watching the latest episode. Summer and Daniel actually stepping up for their mother. After weeks of icing her out and acting like she was the ultimate villain of Genoa City, I am so here for this. And honestly, it is about damn time. I mean, we all know Phyllis Summers has done some deeply questionable things in her past, but Victor Newman has been acting like a literal dictator lately, and someone desperately needed to put him in his place. Because let's be real, the last time Daniel and Summers spoke to Phyllis, they basically disowned her. Daniel literally stood there, whining about his ruined trip to Barcelona with Tessa, and told his own mother that he and Summer wanted absolutely nothing to do with her unless she handed Newman Enterprises back to Victor. I was so mad at them, but seeing them walk into that room today, not to yell, not to criticize, but to actually show some genuine empathy, my jaw dropped to the floor. Phyllis looked so broken. You guys, Michelle Stafford acted the absolute house down in this scene. You could see every single ounce of the defeat, the panic, and the sheer exhaustion in her eyes. She was at her absolute lowest, completely cornered by the Newmans and ready to just surrender her entire empire to stay out of a jail cell. So Phyllis finally spills the tea, and she's crying while she does it. She tells Summer and Daniel exactly how Victor cornered her, and we all know Victor has been using this insane AI program to fake evidence against her, Kane Ashby, and Billy Abbott. But hearing Phyllis explain it out loud, hearing her voice crack as she admits that Victor literally manufactured digital proof to frame her and force her to surrender Summer's conglomerate, it makes your blood boil. Why does Victor always get away with this? He literally plays God with people's lives, destroys careers, and everyone just bows down and kisses his ring. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, back to the point. The most mind-blowing part of Phyllis's confession wasn't just the AI evidence. It was the fact that Victor actually admitted his forgery to Christine Blair Romalotti. Yes, the cricket herself. Victor basically traded this confession to get Christine to back off, knowing full well that Christine's ancient. Deep-rooted hatred for Phyllis would make her look the other way as long as Phyllis lost everything. I know some people are loving this ruthless, unstoppable Victor era, but personally, I am sick of it. Christine is supposed to be the shining beacon of legal morality. She is the law. And she's just letting Victor manipulate the entire justice system because she holds a grudge from the 1990s. Make it make sense. Remember when they tried this Christine Goes Rogue storyline years ago? Yeah, didn't work then either. It just makes her look like a massive hypocrite. And this is exactly where my boy Daniel finally shines. Because Daniel isn't just a brooding artist complaining about his love life anymore. He has that sharp, high-level tech background from his Omega Sphere days and his time at Chancellor winters. As soon as Phyllis mentions the fake AI evidence and Victor's smug confession to Christine, you can literally see the gears turning in Daniel's head. He realizes that if Victor used a sophisticated AI program to generate fake emails and deep fake documents, there has to be a digital footprint. You can't just create high-level cyber forgeries without leaving some kind of electronic trail, an IP address, a hidden server, something. So Daniel and Summer immediately pivot from estranged, angry children to a full-on investigative dynamic duo. I am loving this new energy. They start secretly gathering information, trying to hack and access the digital data linked to Victor's massive conspiracy. And let's be honest, Victor is incredibly arrogant right now. He thinks he is completely untouchable. He probably didn't cover his tracks as well as he should have because he never, in a million years, expected Phyllis's kids to actually rally behind her. He thought he had completely isolated her. He paid off all her department heads to quit. he fired Michael Baldwin for trying to help her, and he thought Phyllis was entirely alone. Victor underestimated a mother's bond with her children, and that is going to be his ultimate downfall. But then, while they are digging through the digital footprints, Daniel and Summer stumble onto the absolute motherlode of secrets. They find out that Victor hasn't just been faking corporate evidence, he's been manipulating Matt Clark. Yes, Matt Clark, the literal psychopath who has been terrorizing Nick and Adam in Las Vegas. The guy who fueled Nick's fentanyl addiction. Daniel and Summer discover that Victor has been using Matt as a pawn in this entire Phyllis situation, complicating the legal nightmare even further. I mean, part of me is like, okay, maybe Victor is just keeping Matt at the ranch to protect his family from him. Maybe he's doing a good thing. No, wait, that's absolute garbage. I am contradicting myself because my emotions are all over the place, but let's look at the facts. Victor is weaponizing a literal fugitive to maintain his corporate empire. Am I the only one who thinks this is completely unhinged even for the mustache? He's holding an amnesiac Matt Clark at the Newman gym, testing him like a lab rat, and using him to threaten Phyllis. It's so dark, it is so twisted, but honestly, I kinda love watching it play out because it gives Daniel and Summer the absolute perfect ammunition to take the great Victor Newman down. Can we talk about how epic this confrontation is going to be? Now that Daniel and Summer have the digital proof of the AI forgery and the evidence of Victor manipulating Matt Clark, they are preparing to go to full-blown war. They are gearing up to confront Victor Newman directly. Summer facing off against her own grandfather to protect her mother. The family dynamics are going to be absolutely shattered into a million pieces. Victoria is going to panic because she's been blindly supporting her father this whole time. And Nick, oh my god, Nick is going to lose his mind when he finds out Victor was using the guy who almost killed him with drugs as a corporate chess piece. The ultimate goal here is to get justice for Phyllis, and I am screaming for it. They want to clear her name, restore her honor, and get the truth out into the open. Phyllis has been fighting so hard, taking hit after hit from every single side. And seeing her kids finally recognize the massive injustice she's facing is the emotional payoff we've been waiting for all year. I was honestly getting so tired of the everyone hates Phyllis narrative. It was exhausting. She deserves a win, and she desperately deserves to have her family back in her corner, fighting for her instead of against her. And they aren't just stopping at Victor, oh no. They are planning to confront Christine, too. Phyllis is going to take her newly restored dignity, march right up to the DA's office, look Christine dead in the eye, and demand public, transparent legal action. If Christine ignores the digital proof that Victor faked the evidence, she will be exposing her own deep corruption and bias to the entire city. It's a brilliant, flawless checkmate. Christine will have absolutely no choice but to drop the bogus charges against Phyllis, or risk going down in flames right alongside Victor Newman. I am predicting that this is going to blow up the entire Newman family structure. Victor is going to throw a massive tantrum, probably yell "you got that" a dozen times, and try to blame Michael Baldwin or someone else for the security breach, but the digital proof won't lie. I am so here for the Phyllis Renaissance. I know some fans in the forums are going to complain that Phyllis is getting off easy again, and that she shouldn't have stolen the company in the first place. But come on, Victor crossed a massive legal and moral line with that AI program. He framed innocent people. He manipulated the justice system. It's going to be the showdown of the decade. I can already picture the smirk on Phyllis's face when Daniel pulls up the digital footprints on a tablet and shoves it in Victor's face. And Summer standing tall, defending her mother against the Newman machine. That is the character growth I have been begging the writers for since 2020. I am counting down the minutes until tomorrow's episode because this storyline is finally delivering the high-stakes, emotional, messy soap opera drama that we all tune in for. Let me know in the comments if you guys are Team Phyllis or Team Victor on this one, because I am officially leading the Phyllis Defense Squad.